Oh, I didn't see you there. Hello. Welcome to Shop Time with Sammy Jo. Thanks again for joining me on Shop Time with Sammy Jo. Today, I'm going to teach you how to accurately measure with a steel rule. This is important because in your shop classes, whether you're out in the industry doing whatever you're doing, if you're going to be building projects, you need to make sure your measurements are correct so that your project turns out okay. So that's what I'm going to teach you today. First of all, we're going to go over materials. You're going to need your piece to be measured, a steel rule, and of course these safety glasses. Safety first, guys. So, as an overview, a steel rule is a measuring tool. And when used correctly, it's a very accurate measuring device. Steel rules have various graduations. The one we are using today is considered a 4R because it measures in 8ths, 16ths, 32nds, and 64ths. So, we are measuring with a 4R steel rule today. Cut right. Steel rules are precision measuring instruments. They are not pry bars, they are not screwdrivers, they're not scrapers, and you need to inspect your steel rule periodically to make sure that the corners are square and sharp, there's no dents or bends. So looking at ours, I think we're in A-OK shape. To get started, we're going to start our measurement from the 1-inch graduation because the edges of our steel rule are not always filed correctly, so it's going to be more accurate starting from the 1-inch graduation. So there's more accuracy starting from here. When we start to measure, we need to be sure our graduations are adjacent to our workpiece. When laid flat, it can be hard to read and also misleading. Also, you want to make sure that your steel rule is straight across your workpiece and not at an angle because this decreases your accuracy. And depending on your type of steel rule, you want to be sure to include any fractional graduations in your final measurement. And if you are starting from the 1-inch graduation, be sure to subtract 1 inch from your final measurement. So, to measure this piece of metal, we're going to start on our 1-inch graduation. Make sure that our workpiece is adjacent to our steel rule. Make sure that we are straight across our piece of metal, no slants or angles. Starting at the 1-inch graduation, we are at the 4-inch graduation. So, if we have 4 inches as our final measurement, minus 1 inch from where we started, that leaves our workpiece at 3 inches long. So just to kind of review in conclusion to today's demonstration, you always want to make sure you inspect your steel rule before use, making sure that there's no bends, dents, the edges are sharp and straight. And when measuring, always be sure to have your steel rule adjacent to your workpiece. Make sure it's not at an angle straight across your workpiece. And if starting at the 1-inch graduation, be sure to subtract 1 inch from your final measurement. And make note of any of the fractional graduations in your final measurement. So, thanks for joining me on Shop Time with Sammy Jo.